Good evening, everyone. How are you? I hope you're having a great day today. I just thought I'd come on here and say hello and hope everybody's having a lot of fun. I know the fireworks and stuff is getting ready to go off, and I know you guys are all having a good time with your family and friends. And I just thought I'd get on here and see what's happening, right? See what God has to say for everybody today. We're going to do a reading for the Leo Collective. So, hey, Leo, fireworks tonight, right? 4th of July, and the fire is getting hot. Woo! Everything just jumped right out of my hand. Yes. I love you, Leos. And I tell you what, there ain't nothing like a Leo. Okay? I love Leo. I actually am a moon in Leo. I'm a Virgo sun, Virgo rising, and moon in Leo. And the fire and water of the moon, water, the fire of Leo gives me so much energy, and I'm just so grateful. I've got to fix this over here. I don't like anything to be out of line or anything, and a little weird there, but that's okay, right? We're allowed to be weird. That's what life is all about. So I want to introduce you to my flower here, Fuzzy. It's one of the things that I love about life is the greenery that God gives us, Mother Earth, Gaia, Mother Nature. I truly believe Gaia, Mother Nature is the blessing of life. And so from there, we're going to see what kind of card we pull. And as you can see, I'm shuffling. I kind of got you fixed so that you can see my little globe right here with my window, and I can look out. There's a daycare right there and a church across the street, and the kids play and holler all day. It's very energizing. Um, I missed all my grandchildren growing up, so I love to watch the little kids play and pray over them, and you know, ask God to watch out for our resources, which are the children. I'm going to draw a card now. Here we go. Oh. Well, when you know it, we're calling out innocence. Speaking of the children's, what can I say? I'm already talking about the energy before God pulls it. So I already know what's going on. I don't really need the card. We're going to talk about innocence, childhood innocence. Look at this. See the two little children playing. They're going to the pond to go fishing. Yes, and they are very protected. We pray over the children, don't we? We ask God to protect our children. We ask the universe to watch over our children. We ask God to let the sun shine on our children. Why? Because our children are resources. And when we get to a certain age, we want our children to love us back. So what do we have to teach our children? Well, you know what? In order to have that love come back, the children must respect us. And in order for children to respect us, we got to respect ourselves. And in order for us to respect ourselves, we have to remember what it's like to be a child, you know, and that innocence that they hold in exuberance. And I love children. Yeah, they're awesome. Even though I know children can be quite a handful. But this might be more about going back to your child, exploring your innocence, your Christhood from when you were little, when you were the little unicorn, and your mommy said there's nobody like you, and you believed her, and so you run around like you were a rare gift into the world until somebody told you you wasn't, right? Yeah. Yeah, well, they wasn't right. They're not right. People shouldn't tell other people they're not a rare gift when they are. Because every single one of us born on this planet are a rare gift. Wrong deck. We're all rare gifts, and you know why? Because each one of us are an individual born into God. Although they say we have twins, which is, we do. Somebody in the world probably looks like us. Truth be told, we're all related all around the world. And so, with that being said, we're all kinfolk. There's no reason to hate anyone or anything because we're all related and we're all family on this planet. Some way or another, our blood is, intertwined. And I've had dreams of my ancestors. I actually had a Chinaman ancestor. I loved it, or Oriental. I don't know. I didn't ask him what his name was, but he talked to me under a big white tent. And I have Indian ancestors and Druid ancestors, and I have African ancestors of which I cherish, you know. And so we have ancestors. Actually, the bloodlines are so mixed up that we all belong to each other now. Ha! For one, celebration, truth. We all belong to one another. Look at all those stars up there. They're celebrating. This is Mother, Father, God at the moment, looking. And these are our ancestors. See the stars in the back? Those are our ancestors watching, and they are from every walk of life. Your ancestors are watching you from every walk of life. Make them proud and find your child, your innocence, your authenticity. That's what I'm looking for. Your authenticity. This is Aries and Venus. Aries, the god of war, Venus, the god of love, bringing opposites together, make steam, fire and water, right? Love is watery emotions. Aries is fire and leadership, and, I want my way, you know, sometimes a little narcissistic, but in this they're celebrating because they've come together and balanced things out. And the ancestors are watching. And so it's a great party. It's the 4th of July, and everybody is celebrating that the divine feminine and the divine male are getting along and having a wonderful time. And that could also mean that many of you are working on your healing and developing the divine male that is within yourself. Because all energy, we have the energy of the feminine and we have the energy of the male. And so the divine male. And when you're working on, projects and stuff like that, if you're balanced in your life, the divine male shows up in the way you take action and how you set boundaries and, how you collect debts or how you pay the debts and how you pay the bills. And, when you boss up and take care of everybody in the house and make sure everybody's doing the right thing for the right reasons in order to make you progress further, and not to go into chaos. Whereas some people, don't want to do these things and it can cause you chaos. So here we are celebrating because male and female had been balanced out or is going to be balanced out. The ancestors are watching. Everybody's got their stabs in the ground, and the war is over for now, and people are looking towards peace. And so, Divine Collective, keep on rocking it because you're having a good time tonight, right? And it is a night of celebration. It is the 4th of July. And so, to celebrate liberation and freedom, right? Freedom for choice, freedom to choose what one wants in their life, freedom to be innocent if one wants to be, freedom to turn back to one's childhood if they would like to. Where are we going here? We're talking about your creativity, how you was when you was 8 years old. You were probably very creative and very not worried about what other people thought around you. I think around 8 I started worrying that. It was more like 4 and 5 I can remember that it didn't matter what people thought, right? It didn't matter what people thought. So that's where we want to be. We want to be in a place where we can do our thing, dance under the stars, and celebrate and not care what people think one way or another. We want to be brave, we want to be strong, and we want to move forward into life. A three of water, three of cups, again, celebration. Three of cups, three of water. The mermaid, emotions, emotions. Fire and water here, water here. You know, we're talking about deep and depth of emotions. I'm going to read this one, Three of Cups. This is out of the Good Tarot. I love the Good Tarot. There we go. Three of Water, celebration, enjoying community, sharing exuberance, team spirit, common goal, friendship. And I like that. You know, and that's kind of what tonight's all about, right, everybody? It looks like everybody is celebrating, having a good time in their emotions, sharing joy, sharing drinks, sharing tidbits and pearls of information with one another. It's all about love and sharing. And that's what liberation is all about, right? Yeah, so let's go to the chakra deck now, the astral chakra deck. Everybody, so we're celebrating the 4th of July, but, you know, I mean, it looks like God is too. The universe is watching and celebrating with you. And I get 4 ones in the Hierophant. Yes, yes, and there's the 8 of Cups. So we're all just, you know, everybody is just having a wonderful, wonderful time. Even the universe. Hey, look, bubbling over there. Yeah, your ancestors are having a good time watching everybody. And, you know, it's victory for us all tonight because we're all being liberated. Liberated spiritually, liberated materially. You know, we're all headed to the new heaven on earth. And, you know, we want to be reminded a lot that heaven is nothing, you know, about being perfect or being good. What heaven is where we all are welcome to a planet that, you know, has enough resources for everybody that is born to it. And this planet, Mother Earth Gaia, wants us to know she wants us to have it. 10 of Pentacles. Yes, look. Look. Yeah. 10 of Pentacles. Mercury in Virgo. Okay. And that is a big yes. Mother Earth Gaia, our living planet, wants us to be liberated and stand up for our own innocence. And when I say our own innocence of being born to this planet without a support system, and having to learn everything the hard way, having to work for hours in order to live in a place where really these things should be provided for every child born. Every child should be sacred, and it should be, what am I trying to say? You know, when a woman gets pregnant with a child, the world and the planet Earth all should open up to greet this child and give it that life that will teach it discipline, teach it great mysteries, show it great experiences, and raise this child to the highest consciousness that it could possibly reach. And that right there would be the 10 of Pentacles. All 10 organs working together, making a beautiful thing. We have 10 organs in our body, all of them beautifully organized. This is just your chakras, your chakras. And what I'm saying is children should be considered a sacred commodity, a sacred resource. Yes. See that? Yes. personal development, career ambition, visionary, make plans and decisions, resolution, action, originality. So I guess what we could say right now is I'm in my male cycle and tapering it down with my divine feminine, because I have this dream, this idea that children are sentient beings, and when they are born, just like the birds who have a nest and are allowed to catch any worm to feed to their bird, a mother should have a home and a place and be able to go shopping for the best nutritionist food for that child. Not only that, she should be entitled to the best education for that child and herself as well. And not only that, but it should be entitled to the best medical that anybody is offered. Why? Because we're all equal. We're all equal. We're all equal. I didn't shuffle the cards. I'm taking one anyway. God knows. Yes. Temperance. Balance. It would balance the world out. There wouldn't be nothing to fight for anymore. We would just begin to educate ourselves and grow and expand. The resources are plentiful. Look at the resources. Look at the angel. It's got the trumpet. You know, temperance. Everybody would be tempered down. There'd be no war. We wouldn't have to fight. People would actually begin to plan for their children. Parents would become better. They wouldn't have to work so hard, 3, 4 hours a day, and the rest of the time spent with family. That's all about innocence, bringing heaven to earth. Look, letting our children play again, taking the stress away, watching them so nobody has to, or strangers, or daycare, coming back together as a family. As you're celebrating your liberty this week, think more. What would more liberty be like for you? What would it be like to have more liberty? Such as, born to a home that you don't have to work 12 hours a day to pay off, or born to the right to have food that you don't have to work 12 hours a day to pay off, and the medical and the resources for your children's education should be. Now, what should we work for? We should work for the earth. Everybody should invest 4 hours a day in our planet, whether it be cleaning her, whether it be taking care of nature. Um, doctors are going to be doctors, and everybody can still be the same. But a lot of stuff would change. We would begin doing everything to make sure the earth was not harmed, that she was treated like the precious jewel she is, and our children would come forth and have this great inheritance of a life of heaven on earth without worry or stress. And in our reincarnation, when we are born again into our next life, we too will have a place that will be like heaven on earth, and we will get to experience this whole planet, travel, live here, live there. It won't be about the money, because the resources will be there, just like the Mother Earth would want them to be. Right. Let's pull the Light Seers deck. Let's see what the light has to say about what I just said. So, a lot of times I don't even remember what I say because I'm channeling through the Holy Spirit. But I think what I just said is that you deserve a better life, and so do your children. And you deserve more family time, and we deserve to be able to protect our children from, people who we say we can trust, but we can't. Our children are our main resource. Their mental, their spiritual, their emotional, and their physical stability is very important to their growth. And what is their growth? Their growth is growing up and learning how precious and magical we are to be grown from the seed into the great trees that we can become. Ten of Swords. Teach your children to walk away from the old ways and expand your mind to the new. Boom. The new. I knew God was going to do that. The sun. Yes, yes, yes. Walk away from the old way of thinking that you owe the world 12 hours a day of your life, and then you gotta sleep for 8. How much time do you owe your children and yourself? Well, they're liars. The world is a liar. The devil is a liar. You only owe the world 3 hours a day, and the rest of the time should be spent in self-development, child development, and learning more about the environment that you live in. Yes, walk away from the old way of thinking you got to work 12 hours a day, you got to pay all the money to the rent, you got to pay all the money to the lights, you got to pay all the money, you got to have groceries, you got to do this, and step into the sun and realize that you were equal with any billionaire on this planet. Nobody can own this planet. This planet belongs to all of us. There's only one planet and 8 billion people, and 8 billion people on this planet should get a share of the resources because we were born to this planet. And she is our mother. And everybody should get a bit of the inheritance, right? She is our earth. Doesn't that sound right? Yes, yes, yes. Look at that. That's a fiery idea, isn't it? That this Mother Earth belongs to all of us. She's all of our mother. She supports us. She takes care of us. They don't. She does. They don't do that. She does. She gives the seeds for food. She feeds the cows and chickens. Mother Earth, it all comes from her. Okay, I got all excited and passionate there, didn't I? Yes. 3 cups. Celebrate with me in the acknowledgement of this. And let the seed grow. This is high elemental learning. This is, do you see the Big Dipper? This is from outer space, man. This is alien. This is AI intelligence, ancient intelligence. This is how it was from the beginning, but we can't have it like that until we stand up and realize that this planet belongs to all of us. Yeah, there's no way any few people can hoard out the resources and say, this all belongs to me, and you have to work and pay me to buy more yachts and stuff. No, no, no. Those days are over. Those days are over. Come on, people. That's just not the way it should be. That's not the way it should be. We've got to set some boundaries, and then we're going to celebrate. Yes, and we do it in peace with truth through a social contract. Yeah, in peace and truth through a social contract, right? We got to set some boundaries with these people, with the government, with the rich people. We got to come together as our own collective, and we're going to have victory. God guarantees it. We're going to have victory. Mother Earth guarantees it. Gaia. We got to stand up and teach our children to stand up. There's way more of us than there ever will be of them. And it's time the resources were shared. It's time reasonable rents and people had homes and food and a good education. There's no reason America should be digressing. We should be upgoing. And the only reason we aren't is because we have been denied liberty. And today is the day of liberty. Stand up and shout. Okay? Stand up and shout for victory. Open your mind and your eyes and say, I see what you're saying. This planet is mine. It is my inheritance. It's written. It's written. It's a spiritual inheritance. Everybody born to this planet deserves to be able to live on this planet. Every creature. That's just the way it is. And with that being said, we go back to innocence again. Nobody would have anything to steal. Nobody would have no reason to hurt anyone else. Everybody would have the things they need. Everybody would have communion. It would be just, life would just be the way it would be. People would still go camping and swimming with kids, and everything would still go about, 3 hours a day investing in the earth, whether it was being a doctor or a dentist or the garbage man. People would volunteer for these things. There would be, people would begin to have better ideas and bigger expressions about life because they wouldn't have to exhaust themselves all day working for somebody to make them rich and miss out on the family time, miss out on the time of self-development, miss out on the time of learning about themselves. Nine of Cups. They would celebrate. They would be emotionally fulfilled. Life would be wonderful, and it would definitely be heaven on earth. It would be your children would have an inheritance, your grandchildren would have an inheritance, and this is the way it should be because earth is the mother of all of us. And by choosing just a few to live and rule over it around this world is not what was intended. And now it's time for us to go back to the garden in heaven and remember that we can absolutely work towards making a social contract. And if we get to a place where we all agree on the same thing through the collective, very much can be done. There is not going to be war. We do it in peace with love and gentleness, and we let them understand that we understand, and we know what they know, and they know that we know what they know, and we move forward. And with that being said, I love you guys. I'm very excited about the new world that's coming, the new heaven that's coming to this planet, where our children will be considered equal with any child that walks. We'll get the same education as all the children, of the 1% receiving at this time. And listen, I think our children will appreciate it. And we don't want to overeducate them, but we want our children to travel. We want our children to experience great things and have wonderful tales to tell. We want our children to see a clean ocean. We want our children to see beautiful forests and waterfalls. We want our children to experience this planet like she needs to be experienced, as if she was this great, mysterious, beautiful creature that needs to be known. And she needs to be known from all areas around the world. She needs to be known from Africa and her safari. She needs to be known from Greece for her pantheons. She needs to be known from Jerusalem with the tragedies that have happened there forever and ever. Israel, she needs to be known from Kathmandu, from the poorest reaches of the earth. Our children should go to the poorest cities so that they can see how much they need to appreciate what they have. And if they can help others, angel message. Enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. It is. This is all about living an abundant, enjoyable life. This is about enjoying every day, waking up with a smile on your face, drinking your tea, not going into the office till 9:30 and coming home before noon. Your children meeting you there at the door. Mommy, Daddy, what are we going to do today? Wouldn't that be a wonderful world? And a couple, 3 hours of playing with the kids, and then it's your time. It's your time for an hour or two alone. And then you have time even to come back with your partner and maybe invest in your intimate life. It would be quite the experience to experience, I'd say. I dream of this for all of us every day. God knows this is my quest in life to bring the awareness that you deserve better and that this planet is yours. And so, the resources, if nothing else, you deserve 1% of everything on this planet, and everybody else deserves 1% too of everything else on this planet. Right? Right. So, you know, um, somehow it would have to be worked out because people would be popping children out like crazy, but you can't do that. You wouldn't need to. You wouldn't need to. Mother and father would have enough to handle what the children get, and then they would get their 1% when they left home and begin living a life on their own. And so, with that being said, I'll pull one more angel card, the King of Fire. motivational, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. This is from God, and that would be someone creative, right? Let's just say the Spirit of the Father, is speaking to us here. He's telling you to go about your life and begin to create your mind and reorder your mind and think about what you really deserve in this life and why you were born here. Why was you born here? Was you born to be a slave? Or was you born to be an explorer of this planet? You're an explorer. You're an explorer on this planet. Yeah, I like that. I like that. And he's exploring. Look at him riding his dragon. It's so beautiful. So, with that, I'm going to close, everyone. I just want you to know that there is more liberty, there is more freedom than what we originally thought. And it involves our inheritance of being born on this planet, not just our spiritual inheritance, but our material inheritance. Please like and subscribe if I said anything to help you. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Yes. Bye bye.